I'm going to be your occupational therapist today, and today I'm going to have you just do a couple of things with me to just see how your vision is and try to figure out the best way that we can help you to be able to see and do the things that you need to do again. Okay? So first, I'm going to have you stand up. And now I'm going to, do you see this chair right here?
Oh, no.
No? Okay. So let's walking, and is there, okay, so look to your right. And do you see what you bumped into?
Oh, sure.
Yeah. Okay. Do is you see this sentence right here?
Mm-hmm.
Can you read it for me out loud?
Your cooperation matter will be appreciated.
Okay, good. So now I'm going to pick it up, and this sentence here,
Okay.
I'm going to have you read it from here.
Update, import, notice, change.
Okay, good. That's what I'm going to have you do. So you see the painting behind me?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to have you look at that, and I'm just going to move this flashlight over your eyes just to see how your pupils constrict. Okay. So now we're just looking at to see if you have any kind of double vision or anything, and how many fingers do you see me holding up?
3.
So with this piece of paper, I'm going to have you cover your right eye. So if you take it from me and hold it over your eye. Okay. So you see this pen? And it's brightly colored. So I'm going to move it in different areas of your vision, and you're just going to tell me when you can see it.
Okay. 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 Okay.
Okay, and go ahead and cover your left eye.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
So do you see these two pens?
Yes.
Okay, so this one on your left is orange, and this one on your right is green. So when I tell you each color, I'm going to have you go back and forth between looking at them. Okay, so orange, green, orange, green, orange. So I know when I held up my fingers earlier, you told me that you saw 3 fingers when I was only holding up 2. So now what I'm going to do is hold up this pen and just tell me how many of it you can see.
2.
Okay. Does it change as I bring it closer to you?
No.
No, it just stays at 2.
Okay.
So now I'm holding this orange pen, so I'm just going to move it in a couple different motions, and I'm just going to have you follow it with your eyes.
Okay.
Good. And I'm going to go ahead and do another one too. So I have 2 objects set at different distances. So what I'm going to have you do is I'm going to have you look at first the candle, and then at the glass. And then you're just going to go back and forth 5 times. So candle, the glass, and back. And are you having any kind of problem focusing?
Just the candle.
And is it blurry?
Yes.
Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make some crosses on my sheet of paper, and then I'm just going to have you, as best as you can, try to copy it over on your own sheet of paper, you know, making sure that if I have something in the corner, to put it in the corner and things like that. Okay. assessment and screening that I did on you, I noticed just a couple of things, so I'm just going to go over those with you now. So while you were walking in the hallway, you bumped into things, so your mobility with your vision is decreased, and this would just be an issue just for your own safety because you could bump into things, you could not see things on the floor, and you could potentially trip or fall. And so something that we can do to help you improve your ability to just be mobile is to practice scanning the environment while you're walking. So just making sure that you're turning your head fully as you're walking instead of just focusing on what is right in front of you. Then your acuity, which is just your ability to be able to read smoothly, is and that would just cause problems with being able to read the newspaper, maybe even signs on a doorway, like when you're walking to a different business or anything. And one way that you can help improve this is by looking at the same picture at different distances and looking to see the differences and describing what the differences that you see, so that way you can pick up what you're missing in different environments. So I also noticed that you were having a little bit of different pupillary contractions. So when I shined the light over your eyes, your pupils constricted differently. And this would just cause problems when you're going into dark to light rooms or vice versa, and even when you would be driving in a car or sitting in a car and it's dark and the lights are coming at you. One way that you can help to improve this is by working in different brightness and darkness of lights. So maybe while you're washing dishes in the kitchen, you could only turn one light on or all the lights on, and just differ back and forth between how bright it is in the room. And you also had some double vision, which would be problematic, especially while you're reading. So what you can do for that is, if you see something double, focus on it, and then move your vision onto something else. So if I was holding up my finger here and you saw two, then just focus on it and then move on to another object. So that would be helpful, like while you're grocery shopping, if you see too many of something. And that would also help with your pursuits, which you just basically going back and forth between items. So that would help your time of tracking objects. So also you weren't able to see things in your field of vision until they got almost directly in front of you. So that would just be a safety issue because you would potentially be unable to see things that are coming at you, which that's kind of dangerous. So what you could do is maybe cover the middle of your eyes and look at a picture. So if you have like a laptop or a desktop, just pull up an image and cover the middle of your eyes, and then just describe and try to find different things in different spaces of the picture. I also noticed that you were having some problems with saccades, which are basically just quick eye movements in the same direction. So that would just cause the problems that you have with reading. You also have some problems with accommodation, which is the ability to still keep focused when the distance changes. So you would just have problems focusing on an object as well as just reading. Convergence was when your eyes work together and focus on an object. So this would just cause problems with maybe missing words while you're reading or having a hard time focusing. So all of these things together would have a lot of problems, cause a lot of problems for you while you're reading. And so one way to treat this is to help get it better is to increase the size of like a newspaper article or something that you enjoy reading. And then after you're done reading it, explain it to like a family member or a friend to make sure that you're not missing any of the information that's already printed right there for you. And so the range of motion would cause problems with depth perception and the eyes not working together. And so one way that you can practice this at home is to just draw different shapes on like a whiteboard or if you had like paper that you could just tape onto the wall, and then draw different shapes and have your eyes track it as you're drawing it. So the next one is just spatial relations, and you would just probably have a hard time finding things in the environment. So being able to point out different things, you're probably just having a hard time like overlooking things and things like that. So one thing that you can do is if you enjoy like playing chess or any type of games like that, even checkers, you could just set it up and just play with a family member or friend in your free time whenever you're just wanting something fun to do. So those are my recommendations for you. I look forward to working with you in the future. I'm so awkward.